Hi FlossTube, this is Kathy, the Kentucky Woman Stitcher, and I am back for video number 11. I'd like to welcome everyone back that has stopped by before, and I'd like to welcome any new viewers. I appreciate you stopping by and giving a view to what I have to show you today. Well, it's been a long time. How's everyone been? I've been really busy. Just with life. We went on 2 trips this year. One really big trip when we went to Scotland and Ireland back in April and May. We really enjoyed those, and they're just beautiful countries, wonderful scenery, amazing people. They're so nice and friendly and helpful. Lots of history. Both countries are just full of history, and I would encourage anyone who hasn't been to go, because it's a wonderful trip. We spent 9 days in Scotland and started in Edinburgh and worked our way up to the Orkney Islands and back around to Loch Ness and down to Glasgow, and then we flew over to Shannon, Ireland, went to Blarney Castle, and then to Killarney and the Ring of Kerry, and it was just a wonderful trip. If you follow me on Instagram, you have seen some of the pictures that I posted there, and we just had such a wonderful time. Then just a couple of weeks ago, over Father's Day, so that's about 3 weeks ago, we went to the Virginia mountains with our son and grandson and had a wonderful week there, just relaxing and visiting and eating and swimming and all kinds of things like that. So we've been busy with trips and such. I'm sorry that I haven't done a video in all of this time. I think the last one was in December. I just didn't feel like I had enough things to show, enough progress on things to do a video. I just wanted there to be more than 1 or 2 things. I admire the people who have enough things to show every week or every other week, but I just couldn't get that together. But I am back for an update, and I have a variety of things to show you. Some FFOs, some things that I finished stitching, some works in progress, some acquisitions. So just several things I'd like to share with you today. The first thing, though, I'd like to do is share some Stitchy kindness. Last year in 2008, I went to the Fancy Works Stitching Retreat right outside of Bloomington, Indiana, and I met some lovely ladies from New York, and I went back again in March for this year's retreat and was able to sit. We were able to sit together, and we had a really good time just talking and stitching and sharing things. Well, one of the ladies is Norma, and she picked up a couple of things there off of the freebie table, and when she got home she realized that she'd already had those. So she was so kind to share those 2 things with me, and I just want to show those to you. One of them is the Prairie Schooler, was one of the little mini cards, and it's the Santa. And then the other one is the 2018 Prairie Schooler Santa. And I didn't have either one of those, so I want to thank you very much, Norma, for being so generous and sharing those with me. Now, I have, like I said, some FFOs. They are in no particular order. I just stacked them up so that I could easily get them and they wouldn't topple over. So let's get started on that. The first one is a patriotic design, and it is Bless the USA by JBW Designs. And I stitched that on some coffee tea dyed Jobelan that I had done, 32 count, and then I just used some striped fabric here, put a little rickrack, used some blue backing fabric, and made it into a little ornament with a little silver charm here. So I love patriotic designs, so I enjoyed stitching this very much. Alright, the next one is a Plum Street sampler cereal bowl collection. This is sampler lesson number 2. And I think that I know that I posted this on Instagram, not the fully finished, but when I finished stitching it. But I made it into a little pillow. Put some green and white cording on it, a little bow at the top, and then just some fabric that I thought went with the colors of the design. I did enter this into our local fair, and it won first place. I posted my fair wins on Instagram as well, so if you're interested in that, you could go see everything that I won. I was very blessed to win 7 ribbons out of 7 entries. Of course, not all of them were blue ribbons, but I'm happy to win anything. All right. Let's see. The next one is a winter design, Lizzie Kate's Winter Smalls, and I stitched this one right up here, Snuggle, and made it into a little ornament. Whoops. Okay. This was also stitched on 32 count coffee tea dyed Jobelan. I used some red and gold fabric and used gold cording. And then I just added a little tiny metallic bow down here because I just thought it needed something else. And a bead up here on the hanger. So, another FFO. Okay, now, here, this one is called Spring Delivery by Brenda Gervais. And I just fell in love with this piece when I first saw it, and I just envisioned it as a flat fold. I don't know why, but that's what came to mind when I saw this pattern, and so I stitched this, and that's exactly how I finished it, was as a flat fold. So here it is. I used Vonna's video tutorial to do this, which is a little different than her written tutorial, but the video tutorial was very easy to follow, and I think it turned out very nice. I used some green and cream color fabric as my backing fabric. I put gold cording, and then I made some tassels. Let the cording hang down and make tassels. So I'm very pleased with this. I'm going to enjoy displaying this in the spring because the colors don't say spring to me, but it's still a beautiful piece, and I really enjoyed stitching it. Okay, the next one is Little House Needleworks Winter ABCs. Everybody has seen this. I stitched this on 36 count. Oh my, I can't remember. 36 count something. Anyway, I decided to make it into a bell pull. See that very well, but it has a little heart hanger at the top. I did some hem stitching on the side to finish it off, and then I put a tassel down here on the point. I just used some swirly silver and white and red fabric on the back. But I thought it turned out cute. These are narrow, so I think it makes a nice bell pull. And I'll look up what kind of fabric this is and put that in my notes, or put a little note here in the video. But I think that turned out very nice. Alright, the next one is another Christmas design. This is Holiday Thoughts by Anna Lee Waite Designs. And I stitched this on 36 count Ariel, I believe. And then I just purchased a thrift store or a discount store frame. It's actually like a picture frame. I cut some mat board to fit inside, put some batting over the top, and laced it to the mat board, and then put it in the frame. And I think that turned out. No glass, just batting here, and it stands out from the frame. So I'm going to enjoy this at Christmas time as well. And of course, with the built-in stand, I can put this pretty much anywhere. So now, I know I showed you this next one when I finished stitching it, but I know I haven't shown it to you as fully finished. This is a Prairie Schooler, Autumn Leaves, and I stitched the sampler part here. And I made it into a mounted just flat finish. Okay. I used some plaid, it's brown and gold and cream fabric. That's my backing fabric. I used some orange rickrack. I mounted, this is mat board. Then I took mat board and put batting on it and laced this to the mat board, and then put the rickrack on the back. And then I glued it to the bigger mat board pieces. And so it became a pretty good size piece. I added a twine bow with a little yo-yo and orange button on there, just as a little bit of trim. I like to kind of keep things simple and not take away from the stitching. So that's that finish. I'll be excited to display this in the fall. Now the next one is also a Prairie Schooler, and this is Spring Has Come, which is in the same seasonal series as as Autumn Leaves. If you recall, this was a gift from Constantina in Greece. Thank you again, Constantina. So I stitched this up, and I finished it in the same style as I did Autumn Leaves. Alright. Now, in the design, you can see there's a rabbit in the little picture there, but I decided to use the lamb because when I think of spring, I think of Easter, and Easter makes me think of the lamb, so I decided to use the lamb. This is stitched on 32 count lamb's wool jobelin, and I finished it the same way. I took mat board, put batting on it, laced this to the mat board, and then instead of rickrack, I decided to use some lace trim on this one, just because of the green check. I used a green check as my background fabric on the diagonal. And then I also added the twine bow and the yo-yo with the button on it. Okay, so now I have 2 of 4 done. So I think maybe I'll work on the winter one next and save the summer for last. But I really like both of these finishes. Well, that's all of my FFOs. I've finished a lot of those in the last couple of weeks, and I worked really hard to get them done because I knew it was time to do a video, so I wanted to have something to show. So I feel like I had quite an array of things here, different seasons, different finishes, so I hope that you have enjoyed those. Now I have one that is, I finished stitching it, but I haven't fully finished it yet. This is Patriotic Poppies by Brenda Gervais. This has been a whip for, I don't know, I started this probably in maybe the summer of 17, I'm not sure. That sounds about right. And I stitched this part, and then I just put it away, and I never did feel like it was calling my name. When I did these poppies here, you notice she has a whole series where you use felt to make little flowers that give it some dimension, but I figured I was going to frame it, and I didn't want the extra dimension there, so I just added some poppies, stitched them in. So let's see. This is my finish. It is stitched on 40 count helix linen from Picture This Plus. And it's a real light blue with white models in it. It's really hard to see in this light. My lighting is not too good today. But I did enjoy stitching this very much. And like I said, I changed this and stitched in the poppies. And then I decided to back stitch this sheep because it was not showing up very well at all, because there happened to be a big light spot right there where the sheep is, so it just kind of disappeared. But I think I'm going to frame this, and probably not with glass, maybe some batting, and then I can put this out at the 4th of July. So it really didn't take me that long to finish it, so I don't know why it took so long picking it back up and going for it. But this is a beautiful pattern, and I would encourage you to stitch it. Alright, the next are my whips. Let's see. Everybody has seen this one. This is Little House Needleworks, Hometown Holidays, the Tree Farm, or the Tree Lot, excuse me, the Tree Lot. And I have been working on this one lately. I just have this truck to finish here and put the letters on the side. It's stitched on 32 count opalescent linen that I coffee tea dyed. And the only thing I changed was the color of the house. The color of the house was charted as the same as the sign and tree trunks and the stand here, and I just thought it was too much of that color. So I chose a lighter shade of that color and stitched the house. But this is a pretty big ornament. It's like 5 inches. So I may decide to make this into a flat fold as well, because it is so large. I don't know, maybe I'll make it into a flat ornament. I haven't really decided, but that's one thing that I'm working on. The next one is also a Little House Needleworks called Needleworker, and I started this in March of 2018, and when I started it, oh, here it is. It's stitched. It's stitched on 32 count Morning Mist Wexford linen from Silk Weavers, and this lighting is just awful. I guess you can't really tell. But when I started it, I didn't do very much. I did the E and the L and part of the D. And then I just put it away. I don't know why. But then I picked it up, and it did not take me very long to do the rest of what you've seen here. So I only have like 3 more letters, and the border, this border here, and then there's one here, and the needle and thread, and then that'll be done. It's not that much. So I need to just get this finished as well. Alright, the next one, as I said, I went back to the Fancy Work Stitching Retreat in March of this year, and they had 2 designers there, and that gave classes, and one of them was Jeanette Douglas, and the class that she did was the flower tray set. And this was, we didn't have to do any pre-stitching. We just got the kit when we got there, and then she explained to us how to make the tray and the scissor fob and things like that. So I have a very, very, very small start on this. It is stitched with silks on 36 count sand. Very small start. But the silks are just wonderful to stitch with. So I'm going to enjoy that. It's some specialty stitches, lots of specialty stitches, and she went into detail on how to do the specialty stitches. So that's going to be beautiful when it's done. So that's what I've been working on, what I am working on, what I maybe plan to work on, some of the whips. Now for some acquisitions. Now I'm not going to go through a lot of things, just a couple of things that I haven't seen on anyone else's FlossTube that I thought you might be interested in. The first thing though is this morning I was out and about and went to Walmart, the dreaded trip to Walmart, and I was roaming through the school supplies, and I came across a display of this. They are called blank flashcards. This is cellophane together, but there's 75 pieces here. They already have a hole in the top of them. They come in different colors. I happen to get teal and white, but I thought this would be excellent to use to put on your floss ring to identify what project your threads go with. Already has the hole in it, so all you have to do is put that on your ring. And if you wanted to punch a bigger hole down here, you could use it as a little floss drop. But I thought, oh, that's neat, and it was only $1.88. So I thought that was a good deal. 75. You can stitch a lot of projects. 75 cards. Alright, so one time, not too long ago, I was browsing on Brenda Gervais' website, the Country Stitches website, and I saw this pattern, and I had not seen this before, and I just thought, oh, this is gorgeous. I think I have to have that. So it's called Noel Sampler. Cute little border here. The deer, beautiful deer. The people down here. Of course, a house, birds, trees, alphabet. So I thought that was very cute. That would make a very nice sampler to put out during the holidays. So I don't remember seeing that on anyone else working on that or showing that, but maybe I missed it. Then I was checking out Etsy for some patriotic designs, and I came across the Sub Rosa shop, and I found 3 patriotic designs on there that I just fell in love with, and they were PDF downloads, so I was able to get them instantly. Here's the first one, Stars and Flowers. I wish my lighting was better. that's a new chart, 2019. And then this one is called Patriotic Series number 4, Patriotic Pincushion. And this one is from 2018. I think that's cute, the way it's got multiple sides there. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. An octagon shaped. And then the third one is 1776, which is also new for 2019. Of course, it has a house flag. Very cute. I don't think I had bought any Sub Rosa designs before, but most everything on her page there was very cute. She had lots of different seasons, but I was particularly looking for patriotic designs. Alright, so that's all the acquisitions I'm going to share with you today. I know that it has been a very long time since I did a video, and I thought, well, maybe I just need to do some gifts, because I've had many of you ask me several times, you know, when are you going to do another video? We miss seeing you, and I appreciate that so much. So I thought, well, I'll just give some gifts, because you deserve it, because you stuck with me, and I appreciate it. Now, the first one is, I'm not going to take it out of the bag, hopefully you can see it. It's called Holiday Sprite. Looks like a little fairy. It's got beads and chronic braid. This is, let's see if I can see. Oh, it's stitched on a 28 count evergreen cashel from Under the Sea Fabrics. Lots of colors. 2 rows of colors. So it's a very colorful. It's by Meridian Designs. So if you like to stitch fairies, in your comment, just say I like the fairy pattern. Alright, for you Teresa Winsler fans, I have 2. One is called Misty, and the other one is called Chestnut. So if you're interested in the rocking horses, just put that in your comment. I would like to be entered for the rocking horses. Let's see. There are actually 4 of these, but I think I only have these 2. Let's see. Not a lot of colors. And I don't see any blends in this one. And that's fun. I know Teresa Winsler is famous for her blends. None in this one either. So, DMC. No blends. Alright, the next one is by Kathy Barrick. I mentioned that I went to the Fancy Work Stitching Retreat, and that there were 2 teachers, one being Jeanette Douglas and the other one Kathy Barrick. And the chart that Kathy had for her class was Eden's Dollhouse. So it's a house with Adam and Eve. And she has 2 snakes, one up each side. Now I'm not an Adam and Eve person. I'm not interested in stitching Adam and Eve, and I thought, well, rather than just hold on to this, I would gift this to someone who likes to stitch Adam and Eve designs. The floss does come with this. Some little thread drops here. I believe it's the fabric is called for 36 count Legacy, I believe. So if you're interested in Adam and Eve, just say Adam and Eve in your comment. In order to qualify for the giveaway, I would like you to tell me what your favorite vacation spot is, or what do you like to do on vacation. So we all have favorite places to go or things that we like to do. So just share that with me, and mention Adam and Eve if you'd like to be entered for that, or rocking horses if you like the Teresa Winsler designs, or fairy if you would like to be entered for that one. As always, don't mention giveaway in your comment. Please be a subscriber and over 18. And we'll take it from there. Well, I appreciate you hanging in with me. Ooh, 37 minutes here. I really didn't think I had that many things to share with you, but I guess that they piled up. So I'm not going to promise that I'll be back soon, but I will do my very best to be back sooner than 7 months. Like I said, I don't like to just do a very short video because I stitch every day, but I don't seem to have that much to show for it. I guess I have become a really slow stitcher. But I thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again real soon. So take care and have a blessed summer, and I will talk to you later. Bye.